Hi guys, Jared here with Day Traders FX. We've had a good day in the market, some nice setups, and we've got some even better continuations lining up for us, so that's looking good. Quick little look for the day of movement in the Dow and S&P and so on. Things have been a little bit on the negative side. S&P ended up closing, or just about to close here in about 5 minutes, down about 11 points. Dow's down over 100. A little bit of a rough day there. We had several announcements today, including unemployment claims and new home sales. That kind of got the markets mixed up. One being a little bit worse than expected, one being a little bit better than expected. Tomorrow we have the GDP for the UK. That's going to be a pretty big mover, so be prepared for that. And then we have durable goods for the US, also a bit of a mover, so let's be ready for that one as well. Those are two good market moving announcements, so we'll keep our eye out on that tomorrow morning. Having a look at this euro dollar and what we have setting up here, we've had a nice little reversal off this high on the euro dollar. If you're asking what that high is, it's the high of 2012 to the low of 2012, the entire yearly range fib level. So that's our 38% fib level that the euro dollar seems to be bouncing off of nicely after this big breakout on the daily chart. So very nice move, and now it's coming down. Here's a couple of things that I'm looking for. I still am looking for and kind of optimistic that we may get a retracement back down into 12500 to give us some opportunities to buy off those areas of support and so on. So if we do get a break, I think we're going to need to get nicely below this area here, and this is about 125.40. We watched this morning, and the market just couldn't quite break that. We're currently just about 20 pips or so off that area. So if we get a break of this 125.40, I think we've got a good chance of about a 40 pip or so run down into that 12500. And in a longer, bigger case scenario, we could see a run as far down as 124.40. Although that seems a little unlikely, but it is possible. So at this point, I'm just looking for that break of 125.40 and about a 30 to 40 pip run down. Otherwise, if this doesn't retrace much and if it just consolidates back here, then I'll be looking once again for some short-term. You can see how choppy everything is, but some short-term breaks of trend lines and so on to get this back above like a 5-minute trend line and back into that upper resistance. So that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for coming up over the next couple of hours. So nice little run there, nice little setup. Remember, 125.40 is going to be the level to watch and look for a break. Pound dollar, the pound dollar gave us a really nice breakout here. We finally broke that multi-month high, and it's run up here all the way to that 61.8, and this could interestingly turn out to be a very, very big reversal pattern as it comes off that 61.8. So again, that comes from this big range right here of just over 1,000 pips. It's consolidated a bunch, gave us a big, strong, solid break here in these couple of candles. The thing ran up about 200 pips, and now it's coming off that level pretty hard. So we're going to keep an eye on this over the next few hours, and this could actually turn into a great little opportunity to trade it back down for a decent, 50, 75, 90 kind of pip run there. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on Twitter, definitely, and I'll have some screenshots and some trade ideas coming out later on today. But if that ends up closing like that, that could be very, very nice for some longer term downward movement. So we're going to keep watch on that. For the meantime, I don't know that there's too much to get into on this pound dollar, so we'll just kind of keep an eye on that longer term possible run. Euro yen has been very interesting in that it is very choppy, very consolidated. The euro dollar has been going up, the euro yen's been sideways, and even going down. We have some long-term moving averages that the euro yen is coming down to. It's having a hard time. This was big resistance right here, and as soon as the market broke above that, we had a very nice run, and now it's turned into pretty solid support. That's around 98.35. So I still think that there is some interest. If we can get a 1-hour chart opening below this level, there could be some selling interest to take this pair down into about the 97.75 range. So I think there's some good potential pips with an open below this level. Otherwise, I'm just going to be looking for a break above this level right here, which is around 98.80. For some reason, well, this is more like 98.75 actually. For some reason, the market is just unable to get above that, and yen pairs have been selling off pretty aggressively the last 24, 48 hours, and so that may be able to continue. So we're going to keep our eye on that. But again, a break above this 98.75 could be interesting. Otherwise, an open below this 98.35 could get very interesting as well, with a possible run into that 97.75 area. So keep an eye on that. We'll be looking for some of that movement. Aussie dollar has not been hugely on the radar with these wild swings. There's been some nice movements in there, but it's been a little crazy. We have some nice setups in the works here, and if this if the Aussie dollar starts getting below these lows here, which is around 104.10, 20, 104.100, kind of that general area, then I think it gets interesting, because as you can see on this longer term time frame, and even on the daily chart, there excuse me, there's a lot of resistance, or a lot of support. There we go, my brain's getting all mixed up today. A lot of support right here, and if we get a break of that, that could be on the long term picture very bearish, and get this pair down into some support, which is quite a ways down there. So watching for that. Lastly, gold here is just moving up nicely. It's staying very, very strong in this upward movement. In fact, it just is showing no signs of retracement just yet. Now, we have this very nice little range here, and gold has broken nicely through the 50% fib. As we get into that 61.8, that's where things get a little bit interesting. So we're going to be looking for possible reversal signs there, for that kind of slowing consolidation, anything at that level. But we really have a pretty good amount of room to go before we get there. So that's going to be the thing to keep an eye on. And then last but not least, I sent out this on Twitter this morning, some screenshots and some kind of entry details that I thought would be worthwhile keeping an eye on. And the Aussie yen played out very, very nicely. We were looking for an open below the 82.30 area, and we definitely got that. As it opened below there, we right on that level. It's run just over 40 pips now, so very, very nice little run. And I'm still looking for this profit target to be reached, which is 81.65.70. So that one's been playing out very nicely. Great little run there, good little move. So lots of good pips coming up. Make sure you mark the charts and you're ready for these setups, because they're going to be coming as the day goes on and as the night goes on and so on. So so let's be ready for some of these and grab some pips. Best of luck, everybody, and I'll see you in the chat.